everyone, and welcome to the Weight Loss Diaries. I'm Denise. I'm your Saturday vlogger. It is Saturday, November 5th, right? No, 6th. 2010. I'm back. Everyone's back on the diaries. First I want to tell the other girls that have been posting all week, congratulations on coming back despite the gains, the frustration, the obstacles, life getting in the way. You all are here and we're all doing this together again, and it's so helpful. I'm so grateful. I am so incredibly grateful that the ladies that are in the lineup this year are here with me. It makes it a lot easier to do this. I'm not going to stop recording because I knew this was going to happen. And I have to get through this. I need to tell you where I've been and what's happened in the last 7 months. And it's just really really hard for me. Bear with me. My mom was diagnosed with emphysema a few months back, and I've watched her in the past few months decline, and it's really, really, really hard. And what does someone who is a 40+ year binge eater, emotional eater, do when something really hard in your life happens? You just want to escape it so much and get comfort and feel like normal. Just for a minute. Mandy, I know you can relate to this. And food is my blanket, my security blanket. Whenever anything was awful or horrible in my life, that just makes me feel better. Even if it's temporary, it still makes me feel better. And so I just totally lost control and pacified myself with feel-goodness temporarily, because what obviously happens is you gain the weight back and you feel horrible and your health is, suffering, and every bit of you hates it, and you kick yourself in the ass because how could you let this happen? And you question everything that you thought, every strength that you had, your mindset, you question like yourself all over again. And it just made it worse. It didn't make it better. Relapsing like that just made it so much worse. But I learned a very valuable lesson, and that is that you cannot, you absolutely cannot run away from things. You have to face it and deal with it. You can't pacify it with anything, because it's always going to be there. It doesn't go away. Sorry about that. I knew that it was going to be hard, and I knew I was going to have some struggle, and I thought, my plan is strong, it's good. A year ago I was on fire. I lost 60 pounds in 6 or 7 months, almost 60 pounds in 6 or 7 months, and then when this all started to come apart, I just didn't care as much about it. Pacifying myself surpassed wanting anything that I had. So it isn't gone. It's still here. My mom is hanging in there, and she's very brave, and I'm so proud of her. I can't imagine what she must go through on a day-to-day basis. I watch her breathing get harder, and the things that she can do are more and more limited. And I know it's going to be a harder road ahead, and I get that. And I say to myself sometimes, why are you doing this now? Why are you trying to attempt this again when you just have so much coming in the future that it's going to be so hard to deal with? And let's face it, your track record is not great. Is this really smart? It is really smart. It's probably the smartest thing I've done in a really long time. Two things. One, I don't want to end up where my mom is. And the second thing is that I really believe that this can help me get through all that hard stuff. I just have to let it. Yes, it's been my security blanket for 40 plus years, and I was only with my new program for 6 months. I'm not going to give up on that. I'm going to keep trying to make that my security blanket, to make the new way of living healthy living my security blanket. And so I stumbled, and I got to get back up, and I got to keep going. Nothing's going to change if I don't change this pattern. My whole life there's going to be things thrown at me. Nothing will change unless I change it. I have to change this. I have to do this. I wasn't even wholeheartedly back into doing this when I talked to Patty about starting the diaries again. But I just felt like if collectively everyone was being accountable to something again once a week, that it could help catapult everybody into a pattern, into some kind of motion. And oh my God, I'm amazed at how well that worked. For me, at least, it was everything. It's made a huge difference. Then couple that with the whole YouTube movement of coming back on November 1st, and it was like the Diaries girls weren't the only ones doing it. Now everybody was doing it, and it just made it monumental. And I don't know if anybody else feels the energy, but I can feel it, and I'm so grateful for it because I need that push. I need to immerse myself in all of this again to make it work. So, in a nutshell, that's where I've been, and that's what happened to me. I gained back all but 12.2 pounds of what I had lost of that almost 60 pounds. That is so hard to look at, face, and say, I have to do this all over again. All that hard work, everything I did, I've got to do it all over again. It is the most unfun thing in the world to do because all the newness of it is worn off. You know what's coming, you know what to expect. It's like retracing steps, hard steps. But you have to do that to get to the point where you were before and move beyond. So I'm just doing it. Anyway, a little bit of back history for me is that I've been overweight most of my adult life. I used to be a competitive roller skater when I was younger, and so I was very, very fit and very, very active. And when I got my first sit-down job and got married and just totally wrapped my life around my husband, I lost all sense of me and tried to be what he wanted, and it didn't work, you know. That ended in divorce, and now I'm newly remarried. We've been together 3 years now. We've been married about 1.5 years, and things are so much better in that respect. I am dealing with my mom. Aging parents, it's just, you know, you go through it. You have to deal with it. I also had a miscarriage, I think, about 2 days ago. I know that sounds devastating, but for me, I didn't even know I could get pregnant. So it's like, oh, well, that's cool. Maybe my body can get pregnant, but I'm 43 and I don't even know if it will ever happen. And we're starting to talk now about 44, 45, we might cut that off and just be like, you know, it's not going to happen, and then start preventing it from happening. But right now we're just kind of letting things be and see if fate has a hand in it. So my body's going through some weirdness right now. I'm all over the place. I can't concentrate. So I'm just going to go with what happened last week. So catching up now to last week, we're starting the diaries. I'm getting back into my program. I'm eating clean. Toscarino's book, I'm still doing that. All week I abstained from sugar, white flour, starches, breads, pasta. No white crap, no processed, no nothing, no cheese, none of that. None all week. I cannot tell you how much stronger I am with my cravings. Sugar is the fucking devil. Pardon my French. I can't stand it. I love it. I have a love-hate relationship with it, obviously. I love it. It's pastas, pastas, anything, bread, pastries, sugar and butter mixed together on anything bready. Oh my God. Candy, all that stuff. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it ever. I'm no longer in the mindset of modified. I can't modify that shit and still lose weight. It doesn't work with me. I crave more. I get out of whack, and it's like a snowball effect, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. I can't do it. My body won't do it. When I abstain from it entirely, it's amazing the progress that I made. I lost 4.8 pounds last week. No exercise, just nutrition. I'm convinced that my body doesn't like sugar, doesn't like any of the white carby crap. It's all whole grains, fruits and vegetables as organic as possible, and clean protein. That's it. That's it for me from now on. I can't do a little bit of any of that. It doesn't work for me. So I'm really happy with the progress that I've made this last week. I'm looking forward to next week, and it's just one day at a time right now, because my resolve is not like it was the first time that I did this. I'm emotional as hell, and it's every single day. It's a struggle. It's conscious effort to stay on top of it, and that's my goal, is just to get day by day. Right now, I have longer term goals. To talk about that, later in later videos. I need to cut this off because I have no idea how long this is right now. I'm just happy to be back. I'm thrilled to be doing this with the girls, and for anybody else out there that's struggling, just push through. Perseverance. You can't get to the other side unless you do that. You have to. Thank you. Bye.